Alright guys, so when it comes to maintenance, you want to make sure you keep some tools with you. So in my case, this is my main toolbox. So I keep pretty much all sort of basic sort of hand tools in here. Basic electrical tools, glue gun, soldering iron, thermometer, anything sort of like that. Here I keep screws, bolts, bits and pieces. That's my drill set. That's just miscellaneous sort of tools. That's my wrench set. And just in my storage room here, I keep all other sort of tools, and this includes power tools too. So in my case, I've got a power drill, power jigsaw, sander, buffer polisher, spare lights, spare light tubes, light bulbs, more electricals. That's some spare electrical appliances up there. These buckets, I keep extra sort of electrical cabling parts, plugs, and same with plumbing, so fasteners, anything like that. Here I keep a refrigeration gas gauge. So I mean, these are more advanced tools, you don't need them, but if you do have it and know how to use it, you can save on the call out. And over here I keep my ladder, power washer, spray, and in these boxes it's just spare piping, cabling, tubing, etc. So guys, let's be clear, you don't obviously need all these tools, but in my case, as you know, I like to fix everything myself. I refuse to call anyone out to fix anything, unless it's literally something I can't do or something you need a license for. So other than that, keep yourselves a small toolbox, keep some screwdrivers, pliers, electrical tape, that's always good, torch, you'll always need a torch, and definitely keep some spare screws and nails. Reason for that is furniture falling apart, it's an easy fix rather than waiting and embarrassing yourself. Anything else, you'll always need screws, nails, anything like that. So guys, in my case, Monday nights were not actually open in the restaurant, so I use Monday nights to take care of maintenance, sort of service, repair anything that needs repair. So my staff did mention to me yesterday that our vacuum cleaner stopped working. So let's quickly investigate that, and I'll show you what you can do to fix it if you're in the same situation. So as you can see, we do have power, but my staff was saying it's not working at all. So right now the motor should be on, but it's not. So being technology, give it a few hits like that and see if it'll start working. Obviously not. So we need to investigate. So what I'm going to do is take it out of the power. And what we'll do is take the motor part off the assembly, just so it's easier to work with. Set the vacuum aside. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is take these 4 screws out to expose the inside. Alright, so that exposes the cover there. So what I'm going to do is check these switches over here. Everything is nice and snug. I can't see any issues. The power switch was lighting up, so I'd highly doubt there's an issue here. The issue is going to be in here where the motor is. So we've got a few more screws, let's take them out. Okay, and that comes out. And guys, I can already see the issue straight away. So I'm not going to touch it, I'm just going to zoom in to show you. So I don't know if you can see, but look at that. There's an exposed wire here. So let's follow this wire. And it connects here right to the motor assembly. And it's obviously come out of this cable connector here. So we need to redo this and reconnect it back here. So guys, what I'm going to do first is there's a little clamp here. I'm just going to tighten this down, because this should have no movement at all. So it's possible that the vacuum's just been kicked around and it's just come out of place. It looks like it's been pulled. So what I'm going to do, cut that off. Using some cable strippers, we'll get a new fresh thread like that. And we'll open up this connector all the way. So that cable's nice. So I'll just twist those two together. Back into the connector. And we'll just screw that down all the way. Make sure that's nice and tight. We don't want that to come out again. Perfect. So we'll insert this back into this little crack here. Beautiful. So now we can go ahead and put this assembly back on. Let's not get these screws mixed up. And we'll go ahead and screw this cover back in place too. Alright, let's plug it back in. The light's on, so here's the moment of truth. Look at that. Back to normal. That's the only tools I used for it. So it's either that, use about $20 worth of tools, or go buy a new $300 vacuum cleaner. What would you do? Alright, so next let's talk about squeaky doors. So this panel here leads to my balcony. The door hinges have been squeaking the past few days when it's really cold. Simple fix, can WD-40. We'll spray our hinges. Every hinge there is. I'm also going to spray the lock here. Reason being, look at the handle now. And look at that firm close. No squeaks at all. Now if you find your key is fitting into the lock hole very hard too, spray some WD-40 into that as well, and watch how easy it will be. Okay guys, next job, that downlight there is out. Always keep spare light bulbs. In my case, I keep about 10 of every single light bulb we use here. LEDs, halogens, fluorescents, whatever, I have them all. So let's change this one. Just like that. Now imagine seriously paying an electrician to come out and do that, because they would love it. So speaking of downlights, I even keep spare transformers for them, so if they die out, I can change it straight away. Alright guys, so while we're on the topic of maintenance, let's talk about how to actually save electricity. So here is my Coke fridge. So basically behind this we've got our condenser. So we'll take this off, and just have a look at all that dust. Look how thick it is. Now when that gets that thick, it needs to work even harder to cool our products in here. That means we're wasting more electricity than we need. So now that our vacuum cleaner's fixed, we switch it on, and suck it up. And just look at that. Alright guys, so you can see the difference already. I can feel it's cooler now as well, so we're getting that better airflow now. So this applies to all fridges that have an open condenser like so. We'll go ahead and put the cover back on. Just like so. Now believe me, you don't want me to tell you how much a fridge technician will charge you to come out and do that. Do it yourself. So guys, next let's talk about pest control. Now, depending on where you live, your jurisdiction, etc., you're going to have different laws that apply. In my case, I am in Sydney, Australia. Generally, our councils here require a full pest control every 6 months. They'll come in, they'll do their spraying, whatever they need to do, and give a report. That report gets forwarded to the council and to our health authority here. Now, other than that, I always like to do a surface spray. So this is just regular surface spray, a domestic one you find at the shops. In my case, it's a Mortein Power Guard. So I use this one pretty much once every few months, inside and outside. I've never had an issue with pests, so I'll show you what to do. So in my case, it's very straightforward. Just hold the can, and just like that, you want to go around the perimeter. This includes outside too. So now we'll do the outside as well. While we're outside, we'll do the top as well. So it is pretty straightforward. I like to always do it around doors as well. So guys, in my case, these cancers last for up to 6 months. Now obviously that's depending on your situation. In my case, that is outside. There is rain there, we do mop out there, we do wash out there. That's why I like to do it every 1 to 2 months. In summer I'll do it more often for obvious reasons. Now when you are spraying this, don't go smelling it because you'll lose your sense of taste for at least an hour. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. I can already feel it right now too. So that in conjunction with a professional pest control, you'll never have an issue. And finally, let's talk about air fresheners. So I've got about 3 or 4 of these ones in my restaurant, just all around. These are air wick ones. To change it, grab a new one, put it straight back in. Just like so. These ones last about 2 months and they are effective, so it's a very small investment. Alright guys, so as for maintenance, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll be doing more on this subject as well because obviously there's a lot of things to maintain. But the basic idea is it's a combination of Murphy's Law, where anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and always be prepared for the worst. So always have your tools, have some spare parts like your basics, and you'll never have any issues. See you next time guys.